Thanks for coming to our virtual open house. In this video, we'll talk about the project overall and the public engagement that got us here today. Before we begin, let's talk about what the Envision Coeur d'Alene plan is. It's a long-range vision that guides future growth decisions and land use planning for the next 20 years within the city. It addresses the state of Idaho's comprehensive plan requirements that all cities within Idaho must address. And it also incorporates implementation measures and strategies to say how we want to achieve the community's vision for the city over the next 20 years. The Envision Coeur d'Alene plan, once adopted, will become a guiding document for the city in future decision-making. It's important to note, though, that the plan will not change zoning or affect property rights. The plan will also not change building codes or other design requirements that are already established through other city processes. The plan itself will provide important information and implementation strategies for making future decisions within the city. This project has included a number of phases, beginning back in September of 2019 when we kicked off the project in person with you to talk about land use and future vision. Since then, we've met with a number of advisory committees, focus groups, individuals, as well as provided online surveys to talk about vision, principles, and goals, how we prioritize specific actions, land use options for how we grow over the next 20 years. That all has culminated into the virtual open house tonight, where we're asking you for input on the draft plan. This plan's foundation are the community voices that we've heard over the last 18 months, whether it be in person or online. This is truly an Envision Coeur d'Alene document developed by the Coeur d'Alene community. The Envision Coeur d'Alene plan is based on extensive community input. We've had thousands of touch points over the last 15 months to develop the plan and its expected outcomes. This included in-person meetings, online surveys, focus groups, advisory committees, discussions with community service organizations, as well as Planning Commission and City Council. Initial outreach included a number of meetings with community partners to identify opportunities and issues that should be considered as a part of this planning process. We also talked with you directly starting in September 2019, where we held a community kickoff in downtown Coeur d'Alene that had over 80 residents participate. We talked in depth in small groups about land use, growth, and other key issues that Coeur d'Alene is not only facing today, but what people envision will be facing over the next several years. At the community kickoff, there were a number of scenarios developed, one for each table that talked about land use, transportation, recreation, and other issues that would need to be considered as a part of the Envision Coeur d'Alene process. In addition to land use, we also talked about vision for the next 20 years. But with that vision, what are the challenges that must be overcome to achieve that? And what are the key elements that must be considered? Using that early information from the community kickoff and technical studies, we also met with an advisory committee and focus group several times over the course of the project. These groups help provide input on specific action items, policy considerations, as well as land use scenarios that were evaluated in the following months. The Community Advisory Committee dug deep into issues, including vision, but also helping shape the land use scenarios that form the foundation of the future land use map. As those vision and goals came together, we came back to you through an online survey to ask you what you think we should do to refine these specific topic areas that were identified through the public process. Through continued refinement and public input, we came back to you through another community priorities survey where we asked you to prioritize what you thought were the most important objectives and actions as a part of the plan. We also asked you about land use. How do you think growth should occur over the next 20 years, and where do you think it should happen? Tell us what you think about the draft plan. Sign up and stay informed about the next steps in the process. Thanks for taking the time to visit our virtual open house tonight. If you want more information on the project or need contact information, visit our website at envisioncda.org. We're looking forward to talking with you.